Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planethead. Um, I am rolling along here in uh, the Veil of the Silent for the first time. Um, if you watched my last video, I am doing I don't want to call it an experiment, a challenge to see if I can actually get to Venal. Um, and here's my issue. I like to point out when I make major mistakes, and my major mistake here is, notice here I don't have any probes for my probe launcher, and I don't have any in my inventory. Um, if you remember yesterday, I'd been talking about how I've been having some um, connection problems, uh, and I got disconnected last night while I had my probes out and wasn't thinking about it and left some out there. And if there's anything that you get from this video, and I did this years and years ago, um, always carry a spare set of probes with you. Unfortunately, I don't have any with me. Now I could keep going to Venal. Um, I have a choice. I can either try to get to Venal and maybe get to an NPC station there, and maybe there might be some probes that I can get a hold of, or I've got to backtrack and try to get back out of player controlled space and maybe get some probes that way. I have a coin. Let's see here. Okay. All right, that'll work. Not bicentennial. Good. So let's see here. Heads. I honestly have no choice, or I have no idea which way I should go. Part of me, the scary part of me, always said go with your gut, go with the challenge part of it. Um, it really wouldn't take me too long to get back to high sec, but I'd be running the same chance, and I'm running a chance of getting the Venal and not being able to get any probes out there. So we're gonna find out, or maybe there's some place along the way I could get to. Ooh, that's an option. Well, we're gonna flip the coin. See, left heads, we're gonna go back to high sec, and tails, we're gonna keep going. So let's see here. Came up heads, so I'm supposed to go back to high sec. But here's my rule. This is a rule I go by. Um, I don't go by the actual. This was the. I don't know if you can. There we go. That was it. There. Um, I actually have a rule about flipping coins. I don't go by the coin itself. I go by the feeling that I get when I flip the coin, and the feeling in my gut was, "Dang it! I want the challenge." So I'm still going to go out to high sec. I just needed that reassurance from the coin. Uh, if that sounds stupid, I know, but I've done that since early 90s or late 90s. There was one time I went, some friends of mine and there were two bars we were planning on going to, and I said, let's flip a coin. And I flipped a coin, and in my gut, I saw the answer that it came up with, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to go to that bar that night. And you know what? We went to that bar, and it was not a good night. It wasn't a fun night. And I remember the whole time thinking we should have gone to the other bar. So ever since then, whenever I flip a coin, I just go by my gut feeling, by the answer. Do I agree or disagree with the answer of the quarter? And I disagree with the answer of the quarter there, so we're going to keep going. And if I die, I die. The only negative here is I don't have the ability to scan down any sites along the way, or a wormhole out, so I got to fight my way back out if I want to. Not fight, run like the Dickens on my way out. So, okay. So, if that's the case, now I do have somebody's system, but hey, look at this. I have a cloak. Woo! For another 10 minutes. So, let's reiterate where I'm at. And maybe. Wait. So, not in Geminite. Where was I at there? I'm right here. I am in Veil of the Silent at 1W here. So if I want to get up to Venal, I have to go. So I guess I'm really just going boom, 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 and then G9D right there is where I'm shooting for. Now, if I actually make it there, I can make it anywhere. How far away is a station there, and is it possible to actually... See, the other part too is there could be some player open stations out here too. But that would get me in right here. I would still have a long way to go to get to one of these non-player stations, but at least I can make it to the region. Let's do it. Okay, so we got our directions on here. Let's check our map. Let's minimize you or close you out. Good, good, good. So I am currently here. And what I've got it set to right now is average pilots in space. So I'm not looking for deaths just in space right now. 2, 3, next 3 jumps I don't have anybody. So it looks like there's an average of 2 pilots in space at 7G H7. So where is that at on the .land map? So coming in from here, and let's go backwards here. There we go. 7G. So right here looks like there's 2 guys in space, and then I'm going to try to skirt through here, I guess. So got to keep an eye out for some bubbles and things like that. Let's get this closed out. Let's get this cleared out. Good, good, good. Got 1 guy in system. Nothing scanned down. The only negative here is I'm so far away from this. We're going to take a chance. I'm just going to get started here. Well, no, we're not going to take a chance. Why take a chance? Let's pull up and see if there's anything close to the gate that I'm trying to get to. So I'm all the way out here. That is the other gate that I'm going toward. Let's zoom on in here. No. Where's my other gate? It's a weird little system. It's kind of wonky. Okay. Oh, I got 2 guys in system now. Now 1. Now the biggest thing here was this guy was not part of the fraternity, which is the big group that's out here. I'm going to warp to the sun. Let's go ahead and decloak. And these are warp 2s. Warp within 100. What I'm trying to do is get a closer angle at this gate, see if there's any bubbles on it. So I'm trying to get within 14.3 AU of it. Now obviously there could be bubbles on the other side. Where is this gate? Am I insane? How far away is it? Let's try this again. Now I got nobody in local, so that's a good thing. Am I not seeing it here? Oh, it's all the way over here. Aha! Okay then. Well, I got nobody in system now. So let's just make a jump for it. We'll see what happens. When I used to play in Eve, Um, and I was part of my old alliance from a long, long time ago. I never understood before I got into it the amount of intelligence, intel that is out there as far as having channels and things like that, and people keeping an eye out if somebody is in their systems that shouldn't be. So the fact that two people have already seen me, there's a slight chance, if not a very good chance, that I've already been reported as an infiltrator. Okay. New system, nobody here. Make a safe spot. One. And submitted. That, like I've said before, that just makes it so that I know. Closing as many windows as possible. If I do die, this has not been in vain. I now have save spots out here, so that's a good thing. Now, go ahead and jump through there. If you watched my last video, I'm going kind of a roundabout way to get to Venal. It's one of those where if you go the most direct, you're probably going to get yourself killed unless you're really, really good at what you're doing, and I'm not really, really good at what I do. Okay, so we are now 17 jumps away from my destination. My destination is actually... Ooh, next payout. 16.5 billion in the reserve bank here. I have no idea what that means. So that's locked. Interesting. It's kind of cool that I'm now making save spots without even thinking about it. Got my little fingers down. SAFE1 is all on your left hand. Good, good, good. I did just eat lunch. I apologize if I'm burping. Okay. So, I've jumped 2 spots. Let's see where we're at right now. Average pilots in system. I'm here. Nobody there. 1 there. 1 there. Ooh, 3 pilots there. That's important. 1 pilot there. See, this is the scary part right here. There's 3 pilots right here. So I have to go through 7G. Now here's a question. The fastest route is to go in this direction. But would there be a... Need to make sure I'm not getting killed here. Why does the agency come up every time I pull up my map? It resets everything. That's frustrating. That is really kind of frustrating. So I'm going to cloak up here while I'm looking at this. Yes, that is really slightly annoying. So the question here is, I have to go through 7G. That is a jump point here. I'm currently 2 jumps from 7G, and there's 1 pilot in system here. Now, to look at it, here there's 6 pilots in system there. Ooh, so there's not really... And there's 2 pilots in system there. And 3 pilots there. So if I hit 7G... There's no real way around to get through there without just... And that's pilots in space, not just pilots in system, pilots in space. So, and just to show you here, there's no... All of these spots here have multiple groups. If I were to shoot off here, even if I went this direction, I still couldn't get back over. So really my best choice is just to try to get through, I think, right now. I could wait. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, look at this. This is just annoying. This stuff just pops up. Maybe there's a setting I can change. I'll worry about that later. Okay. So I got nobody in system. Now that's in the last 30 minutes. So maybe people have moved around a bit. It's been a little while since anybody has seen me. So maybe I haven't seen anybody come down this way. And the fact that I'm in a probe isn't scaring anybody. Nobody's going to be pulling out their defense fleets to take out a probe. Sometimes that can just be annoying. The best thing for them to try to do is to do a gate camp, which the next system that I jump to, just set up another save spot here. So whenever I hit 7G, I want to just keep moving if possible. The scary part there, well, there's a question. Do I hit 7G? Let's go back over to safe spot. Well, that's another one too, is I can pull up 7G and see how much activity is there. So this is 7G here. That's what the problem is. I've only got really one way through. Looks like there's been a few jumps, but not a ton coming through 7G. Now this is a group that is probably renting or something from Fraternity, I'm assuming. Maybe they're at war with it. I doubt it. But they're probably renting from them, so that there's a slight chance that they're protecting this entrance and exit here. Yeah, it looks like this is just its own little constellation here that they're living out of. So the question is, are there bubbles right here? We're going to find out. Okay, any bubbles here? No? Okay. This is the big one, because if these guys are protecting this area, now they could not have bubbles up because Fraternity has asked them not to keep traffic coming through here because it's the only way through. With the ability to throw up bubbles if there was a war party or something like that. Here we go. This is the scariest part. So we've got 2 people in system. Okay. Planet 5, warp within 100. Got 4 people in system now. Save thought saved. Okay. Now the big thing I'm looking for here is to see if there's any warp bubbles. I'm not seeing any. Got a core scanner probe out. Not a combat probe. So there's a chance that one of these guys here isn't me. I'm going to use that, whether or not people are overthinking it or not. They're going to see a Helios out here and see some Sisters core probes out. They're also going to see my probe here. So they're probably, good chance they might go over the Helios if they decide to try to kill me. Just flying through. Nothing to see here. Okay, so we got 5 people in system here. Remember, there were going to be a couple people. Okay, we got a bubble. That's important. There's the bubble right there. It's just a small warp bubble. That's probably a drag bubble. But if there was one there, there's a chance that there's one at the UL gate. Okay. So I need to get close to the UL gate somehow just to see if there's any bubbles near it. So that's where I want to go. There's nothing near it. That's weird. It's so weird. All right. There's a Fortizar there. I'm going to warp to the outside of the Fortizar. Why am I warping to the Fortizar at 100? So that I can get close enough to this gate and see if there's any warp bubbles at it. Okay, so I get, ooh, and I got a Saber out here too. Okay. So let's get back to our safe spot. So this is important here. So there's the Saber, a couple of warp bubbles at 1,000 kilometers right on that gate. So, and then if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to go back and review the video, I saw 2 other ships pop up there. So all I am doing now is getting to a safe spot, and I am going to safely log off if I can. Got about 30 seconds. So I'm going to put myself into motion, hit my micro warp drive, turn it off, go up here. Oops, I just got to wait for this micro warp drive to stop moving. And then log off safely. There we go. So basically what I just did was I got into a system. And I might be wrong with this, but I noticed that there was a warp bubble at the gate that I came through. There was just a small one, so it's probably a drag bubble. But whenever I got into the system, since I saw the first bubble and that there were people in system, and I knew that there were people in space, I went ahead and warped to, there was a gate here, and I wanted to see if there were any warp bubbles there, so I didn't get drug into them. There was no celestial that was near that, which was strange. I thought there had to be, but maybe it's considered a celestial. But there was a Fortizar there, so I actually warped to the Fortizar at 100 kilometers out in hopes that they wouldn't be able to pick me off right away. And once I got there, I noticed that there, and I'll have to review the tape, but if I'm not mistaken, there was a Saber, which can make bubbles, and a couple interdictors, interdiction spheres that were there. And right when I went to warp away, I swear I saw 2 other ships pop up, but I wasn't paying attention to what they were. So I was far enough away, I was over 1,000 kilometers away, but they could have warped to the, they could have some save spots and warped to the Fortizar. Probably a lot better at this than I am. But I ended up warping back to my safe spot and logging off. That way I can check a couple of times. William is not my main character, he's my fun character. So I can just go off and play Amanda Rose for a little while and then come back and log back in and see if they've moved, see if people have left the system or if it's gotten busier, and just check around. So that'll be kind of fun. I've also got my cloak so I can mess around and see what's going on there. Yeah, just this is kind of the fun part of EVE, where if you have a second character, you can do sorts of stuff like this. And I've never been to this area. It's interesting to see them actually defending their area. That's pretty cool. But yep, so there's Amanda Rose, and we can boot her right back up. I am working on. So far, I have not lost connection today. I used to use my Wi-Fi connection. I switched it up with. I did a direct LAN connection in. So it seems to be running a little bit better. No loss of connection. So feeling pretty happy about that. I hope you're having fun like I am with this. But that's about it for this one. Hope you guys are having a great day. I did test positive again for COVID today. I'm going to try another test tomorrow. Obviously, that wasn't. Maybe I thought of COVID and made me cough. I am feeling better. I just am still a bit stuffed up. I'm going to try another test tomorrow. Hopefully, I can get back to work on Wednesday. I just got a message from my boss. I am going to be switching from night shift to day shift when I do get back to work, and that will be my permanent shift Wednesdays through Saturdays. So it'll give me night times to play some Eve versus days. I might be a little bit more awake because I'll be coming home from work. We'll see what goes. So other than that, hope you guys have a great day. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however that you want, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.